You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, this may be a little longer than normal video, and I was struggling with which channel to put this on, Matrix and Roadshow or this channel. That's generally where I like to put longer videos, but you know what? This needs a more appropriate signal boost. The fact that the WNBA is helping an LGBTQ youth charity group? What? Youth charity group, as in under 18, as in kids? This league, I mean, after Cheryl Reeve, this league is not going to stop until they get themselves a LeBron James with a wig terrorizing the league. I mean, let's face it, a D3 basketball player that decides to identify as a female can walk into the W and wreck the league. And maybe that's what it's going to take for this league to, start using common sense. Maybe it won't. Maybe they're so far gone. I mean, we all know there's been agenda. They've literally told fans to quit watching if you don't agree with what it is we believe in. Dude, I just want to watch basketball. I just want to watch basketball. I don't care about your social initiatives and I don't want to see it either. You know, I don't. And by the way, the WNBA has failed to answer questions about this that Outkick and Fox News has put out to them, because of course they have. This sounds gross, frankly. This sounds gross. The WNBA All-Star Charity Initiative supports sports group that says it is, quote, moving beyond the binary of a girl. The girls in the game say it welcomes LGBTQ plus youth, regardless of gender identity or expression. Just say you let dudes play in women's sports. Just say it. You're good with it. Open it up. Open the league up. And let biological men play. That's where we're going here. That's where we are headed. At this point, I'm kind of here for it, just so they can learn a really tough lesson. The WNBA is celebrating its milestone 30th season with a new All-Star initiative that the league says is designed to keep girls involved in sports. But one of the Chicago area organizations selected to benefit from the league's $100,000 All-Star prize pool says it's on its own website that it is, quote, moving beyond the binary of a girl and welcomes gender expansive participants regardless of gender identity or expression. What do you allow in from a biological standpoint? Because it sounds like you're saying, sure, boys, come on down and play against the girls. The organization is Girls in the Game, the charity affiliated with Team Spoon in the 2026 WNBA All-Star Game. According to the league's July 15th release, the WNBA All-Star teams will compete for a $100,000 prize pool benefiting two Chicago area organizations, quote, dedicated to keeping girls involved in sports. The winning team's organization receives $70,000, while the runner-up's organization gets $30,000. Team Coop is playing for Angels Athletics, while Team Spoon is supporting the Girls in the Game. The WNBA described Girls in the Game as an organization that partners with schools, parks, community centers in Chicago to offer sports, health, and leadership programs. That sounds straightforward enough until you dig deeper into the Girls in the Game website. Outkick and Fox News reviewed the organizational organization's website and found language that raises obvious questions about how Girls in the Games defines girl. Uh-oh. Under the heading, quote, "We stand for inclusivity," Girls in the Game says, moving beyond the binary of a girl, we welcome LGBTQ plus youth and gender expansive participants regardless of gender identity or expression. Oh boy. There it is right there in purple and white. Yikes. Girls in the Game is not a generic youth charity that happens to work with girls. The organization repeatedly frames its mission around girls, girl sports, and girls-only spaces. So when it says it's moving beyond binary of girls, people deserve to know what that actually means. Outkick and Fox News Digital has not been able to confirm whether any biological males have participated in the Girls in the Game girl-centered sports programming. According to a 2025 annual report, Girls in the Game served 3,059 participants in 2025 fiscal year. The report says its Chicago after-school program served 921 participants in girls play sports, learn about healthy lifestyle choices, and improve their leadership skills in an all-girls setting. The report also says the program provides a safe, non-competitive environment for girls to learn and be physically active. The organization's public-facing program materials do not clearly state whether the participation is based on biological sex, gender identity, or another eligibility standard. But the Girls in the Game's own LGBTQ resource page also points users towards gender identity-related services. One page lists Howard Brown as a resource that includes gender-affirming care, good God, and trans and non-binary care, along with a support group intended for BIPOC, trans, non-conforming, questioning individuals, and the Trans Lifeline Hotline. My God. Another Girls in the Game LGBTQ resource page lists gender-affirming clothing, makeup, community resources, along with God's Closet, which describes as an offering of clothes tailoring to gender non-conforming trans people. They ain't got nothing to do with God at this point. Godless, maybe. That page also lists a support group for BIPOC, trans, non-conforming, and questioning individuals and Trans Lifeline. So they're questioning, they're confused. So what does this do? Help give them a little push in the direction? A little groomer McGrubenson? A little groom action? A little push in the right or not right direction? Ooh, the WNBA is going to be mad as hell that I made this video. Good. If the WNBA is promoting this as an initiative to keep girls in sports, and if one of the beneficiaries is it says it's moving forward beyond definition of girl, then the league and the organization need to explain who is eligible for these programs. Outkick and Fox News Digital reached out to Girls in the Game and asked whether biological males who identify as girls, transgender girls, non-binary, or gender expansive are eligible to participate in the girls-centered sports programming. Outkick and Fox News Digital also asked whether Girls in the Game programs operate as girls-only spaces and whether those programs are limited based on biological sex or gender identity, whether the parents are told before enrollment that the organization is, quote, moving beyond the binary of a girl, and whether the WNBA All-Star money would be unrestricted or directed towards a specific program. Girls in the Game did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Then there's the WNBA. Outkick and Fox News Digital asked the league whether it was aware of the Girls in the Game moving beyond the binary girl language before selecting the organization for an all-star initiative. Fox News Digital and Outkick also asked whether the league believes an organization that says it's moving beyond the definition of a girl fits an initiative describing as keeping girls involved in sports, whether the WNBA asked girls in the game about eligibility for biological males who identify as girls or gender expansive participants, and whether the WNBA supports biological males participating in girls' youth sports programming if they identify as a girl. WNBA did not respond to Fox News Digital or Outkick because, of course, they didn't. Guys, you are steaming straight towards the WNBA and a biological male at some point being allowed to play basketball in a women's league. And then we are going to find out exactly how woke the WNBA really is. Now, here's the problem. And we at Black and White Sports, myself and John Matrix, we really helped blow the lid off the Leah Thomas swimming fiasco. The very high-profile transgender biological male actually named William Thomas, competing at UPenn University. Is the WNBA going to allow a male into the league? Are you donating money to a charity that is allowing biological males to play against girls? Inquiring minds want to know, and we can't wait to hear the answer. Or is Kathy Engelbert and the league, Cheryl Reeve and all the other ones, are they going to hide behind the, oh my God, they hate, blah, 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 oh, it's hateful? I can tell you right now, what we used to say over and over again when we would make a Leah Thomas video or any other video about a biological male competing against women, it's dangerous. It's physically dangerous. All right, regardless of sport, but you got the WNBA that prides itself on physicality. Can you imagine? Let me paint a picture for you. Caitlin Clark's coming down the court. She drives through the lane. A 6'5" biological male wearing a wig goes up to try to block a shot. Things get scrambled around, and a sharp elbow is coming right this way. And Caitlin Clark's face is headed straight for it. Now, this elbow looks like it's attached to LeBron James. Muscular, 6'5", 6'6", biological male. Do you understand what the force of that is going to do to any female? A hit to the forehead, a hit to the temple, a hit to the nose, a hit to the jaw, and it is going to be a disastrous setting in the middle of a nationally televised game on a basketball court where we're supposed to be watching biological females compete against biological females. And on top of that, the more disturbing part is, why are you supporting this when youth is involved? Under 18. Man, this league's twisted. Maybe Congress should be asking all kinds of questions. Hey, House Republicans, I know you got your ears on. I know some of y'all watch this channel. Maybe it's time to call in Kathy Engelbert so you can get all kinds of questions answered about the WNBA. Not just Caitlin Clark related. All kinds of questions. The ball is officially in everybody's court. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.